And another match of the Nation Cup Grand Final, and France managed to win the first match. They're 1-0 up, and Team United Kingdom want to strike back. And on this match, we're going to focus on Import, playing the Zarus jungle. And to be fair, if you don't know who Import is, well, he's a game designer of the game, but he's also, like, in my opinion, one of the best jungler. And every time you watch him jungling, it's just like beauty in this play. It's just like super efficient. Every time he show up somewhere, it's a kill, and that's exactly what we're going to see here. So if you're a jungle, like, stay onto your seat and just like take as much as you can from that game, because it was a very clean one by Import. So we are in the second match of the grand final of the Nation Cup #1. It's the France against United Kingdom. France managed to win the first match pretty decisively, with Neft like snowballing like crazy on the rest. But here on this match, we're gonna focus a little bit more on Import. So Import is one of the game designer on the game, and he's also like one of the top player, and I love to watch him as a jungler because it's a very, very smart jungler. And so everyone that is interested to actually like become a great jungler, I would recommend like watch Import's game. The reason is like it's super efficient. He still go for the farm. He has like great ganks, all those things. And I feel like it's like a very great place to watch if you're looking at getting better at the role. So here we're gonna get like a Zarus jungle. In terms of team, we have the same as Sync roster. Bondrewd, Import, G-Boy, Penguin, Jewel, Latina on the side of UK. We have Neft, Manq, Ginzen, Killslow, and Moros on the side of Team France. And also like Zarus jungle is a pick I've seen from time to time, but it's not like a pick that is super common. Usually we see more like the Chimera, the Rampage. We also see like a lot of Quang lately. Zarus is present, but kind of little off flavor overall. And so here we're gonna see, we're starting with the red buff, nothing too special. Warrior crest as well. Probably like because Ice Crown Talon is very important to have in the team, and we have a Quang on the offlane, so we're gonna secure that. Here we see we're trying like to play with the aggro of the minion, so we let the minion fall, so we try like to maximize a little bit our efficiency of rotation and try like to chain camp as fast as we can, and we go into the 2 camp. Like a lot of people go for the 5 camp, but here we can see Import going for the 2 camp and then walking in the direction of the offlane for the 5 camp. So I guess like here that kind of tells us that from this rotation, we're going either for a gank onto the offlane or for a vertical jungling into the blue side, or either we're going like for the river buff. But definitely we're not going to go to the blue side because that's super inefficient in a sense. Here we can see we take a lot of damage, so like the invade seems like a little bit scary to do. And so I guess we're just like going to walk towards like mid lane here and look maybe for some aggression onto Ginzen on the Howitzer. Oh, and we do find the steal here, so a lot of damage. We do miss the bull rush by Killslow, so that's gonna be like a simple disengage here. And now we do have Bondrewd with the priority on offlane that take advantage of that situation to try to be like aggressive. Import is going to follow that up. We force the flash away from Killslow, but now that's gonna be like the invade. Import still has an uncharge available because he didn't use like both of them on the earlier camp. He's letting Bondrewd like tank as much as he can because he's kind of low on health and he doesn't want to risk it. And so here we have the minion and we're gonna secure it. And so already like blue buff being stolen, taking advantage of the pressure of the Quang into offlane against like the crunch early on to secure already like a good invade with stealing like the blue buff plus the 3 camp. So here, of course, this type of strategy is mainly like possible because we're in a 5v5 team. Of course, in pub, it's a little bit harder to pull off. But that means that now we have like 5 camp being farmed on the side of Import, while only like 4 camp has been farmed, and the whole blue side is still up for Import. So that's already like quite a pretty substantial lead for this like early game. And as you can see, we kind of force the steal back before he has enough to be able to buy his brimstone. So that delay even further like the steal farming, because like steal is actually like quite slow at farming and he really needs his brimstone online as fast as he can. So here Import is gonna take like the advantage of the explosive flower to try to go like for a little bit of an outpassing, and as you can see here, he's kind of dodging like the 2 wards thanks to that, and so he's going to arrive from behind. And now we're gonna like focus on the left. We do force the flash immediately. We do get the stun. It's gonna be the stun into like the barricade, and that's already like a first blood. And this whole like situation is possible thanks to like Import going like for the little passing, thanks to the explosive flower that dodged the ward that was here. And then he also like go for far behind, because he know he can afford to go far behind, because probably like the steal is not strong enough to face against him, simply because like of how the early game has gone, and probably the steal is pretty slow at clearing the camps. So Import, 1 invade being successful, stealing 2 camps, 1 gank being successful, getting a kill and a flash. And so far like very great like early game presence from that Zarus that didn't even had to use his flash to get all of that done. So now there is like not really like any lane to be impacted, so as we can see we're finishing the clear on the blue side. And also like one thing to note is like he just did his blue buff, and then he see the gank opportunity and he goes for it, and then he cleared the rest of the blue side after. So here we can see he's gonna skip like the 2 camp because he see that kill slow is around, so he want to be ready to help Bondroot, skipping the farm because it's better to like here just like defend. He's ready for the aggression. Now he's gonna come. Moros is forced to flash away, so just like the presence of Import kind of forced like Moros to like flash away. And now we do have kill slow still no flash, and that's gonna be a pick. And so once again Team France going for the aggression, but Import with the perfect reaction decided to skip his camp to help his teammate, because he looked and he realized that Team France was looking for the aggression, and in the end just by showing his presence didn't even use his own flash and secured once again a flash and a kill. Now it's time for him to go to the farm. The steal was dead, and so here he's going to go secure his 5 camp. He's gonna go secure his red buff, probably 2 camp as well, and we might be looking at, I don't know, maybe river buff or probably like a reset at some point, because he's sitting on 1700 gold. So here we're not even gonna bother with the right side river buff. We're just gonna like secure the 2 camp. We're pretty low to be fair against a level 6 like Howitzer, so Howitzer can probably like just kill with a rocket plus a make it rain, so it's better to not like risk it. And now we're gonna go back to base with like 1900 gold, gonna spend to advance I guess towards the augmentation. That's probably like the first item we're looking for. And so we get the Stone of Strength, we get the Spell Slasher, Temporal Reaper, and now we're looking at keeping the farming going. 4 camp is respawning, so we're gonna wait for that. And then like we're gonna get the level 6, and I assume with the level 6 we probably can look at once again like a gank maybe on this dual lane. Bellica Res are very weak against Coliseum, and they already like have expanded their flash. So, and here we can see Import, same passing through the Fang to Spit. Gonna try to go around. Here, want the information. He know that the enemy team has seen him, so he's just gonna go for the aggressive here, and just gonna use the Coliseum, wait for the teammate to come. We get a nice static trap, and that's gonna be a pickup. And so this is where like you can see Import is very good at knowing exactly how much he should invest for a gank. Like how many people would have made that gank successful? I would argue like almost nobody, because if we look once again at what happened there, he gets his level 6. As soon as he gets his level 6, he knows that this lane is very easy to gank with Coliseum, and he has flash stuff, so he already knows. But here, he wants to have the information of as soon as they know. So here, he's going to use Sentry. How many people would have said, okay, here we see the ward, I can't go gank anymore, like they have seen me. But Import, and how many people who have started like eating that ward? Like what does Import do? He skip the ward, evade immediately to get the dash, and then he surprised them with the flash ultimate, and then he like plays well, like they kind of stuck. Very nice static trap, doesn't like overcome it by diving too hard, And then it's suddenly like a kill being secured. Neft is getting kind of low, so they do have to be careful. But like this is where like Import is one of the best jungler in the game, because for me here there was like no kill potential and he's still like finding it. And yeah, the aggressive flash plus the evade, like understanding that he needs to use the Coliseum before they get under tower, and he find like the right angle, trying to touch like the Bellica Seismic Assault and stuff. And then because this kill or this pressure like secure also the Fang Tooth for the team. And so here like it's another pickup plus some Coliseum stack, which will help with the clear and him snowballing, plus a Fang Tooth for the team. Import, like part of the 3 kill of his team so far, and so far he didn't even like really like, there wasn't a moment in the first 9 minutes of the game that you can see that he's actually like just not, like he's never lost any time. Depends, Billy, on what's the best ADC to play. If you're like, it really depends on what you are strong at and what is your suit. I would recommend Drongo, Murdoch, Twin Blast, because they are very strong in the meta. They allow you to fight pretty well, and they're also like easier to play. And even if you fall behind, you're still able to do stuff. With support phase, well, with support phase, I kinda would say Twin Blast is good. Support phase allow you to play like also Res and Sparrow, but those two are very, very hard to play. So if you are new, I wouldn't recommend to play them. So I would probably like go for Twin Blast with support phase. So here we're looking at Import like ganking again, and so after like he finishes camp on the red side, and actually like he skip his camp, like here he doesn't even go for 5 camp, he doesn't go for 2 camp, because he wants to match the tempo of Bondroot. He realized that there is a ward, so since there is a ward, like Moros know that he's here, so no reason to hide, like try to be like smarter, or like hey maybe you think I'm not there. He's just gonna come, take advantage of the fact that they're stronger, so they can like actually like dive this tower. And here you can see like they're just focusing on the tower, get Ice Crown Talon. Moros is staying, so they go for the combo here, and that's gonna be the Coliseum. Unfortunately, Coliseum doesn't get a stack, so it's just gonna be like a kill, but they're gonna try to secure the tower. They do get the tower. Killslow going in. That's a little bit optimistic by Killslow. They're gonna get the tether. And here you can see also Import waiting for the steal to be under the 20% threshold, 20% life threshold, because for those that don't know, Spear of Near deal double damage against target that have less than 20% HP. And then we're gonna get like the 3 camp, we're gonna reset, and here once again, Import realize he skip his 5 and 2 camp. Like how many people in the jungle will have just farmed the 5 and 2 camp? He realized that he can skip those 5 and 2 camps because he want to match the pressure of Bondroot. Once again, it helps that they're in communication and in the team. So of course, in PUBG game it's a little bit different. But he skipped those 2 camp to match the aggression, and the idea was just to secure the tower initially. But since Moros overstayed, he's just gonna go for the kill, then secure the tower, and then as Killslow overstay, he go also for the kill on Killslow. And then since they got the double kill, they say, okay, I'm gonna keep still like the 3 camp. So now he's coming back, red is up, and once again he skipped the 5 and 2 camp because there is like higher tempo play to be found on the map. And here they want to take like the advantage that Bondroot has some timing in the offlane, and this tempo on the offlane is probably gonna disappear like afterwards. Like if you go for your 5 and 2 camp, suddenly like Bondroot will need to match like the pushback from the crunch. So Import decided, okay, I get my red, go for the mini prime. Now I'm secure the mini prime, and then I go for my 5 and 2 camps to always like keep the momentum up. Here we can see like 3-0 and 2, like 40 CS up. Absolutely like every single time he appeared somewhere, something has been successfully secured. And there was like not a single moment that he was actually like kind of slow. And so here we're like using once again this explosive flower to try to dodge a little bit some wards. Here we're looking for the aggression onto Killslow or onto this dual lane. And here we're gonna go for the... Immediately we force the flash. We try to go for like the black hole. Unfortunately, the black hole by G-Boy is not like very well centered, and so we're gonna get like a disengage for the side of Team Friends. So finally, 12 minute 45 in, like we didn't manage to secure a kill, but we still got the flash out of this Bellica. We still got the invade to get like the 2 camps, and we like kind of put Team Friends on the back foot while this Fengtus is going to respawn. And so here we're gonna secure also like the river buff, we get attack speed buff, and I guess here it's gonna be like a little timing to actually like clear the blue side. Even though like here we see that Neft and Manq find like some aggression onto Penguin. Penguin actually managing to trade in with Manq, and so here we have Import forced to skip his camp a little bit to try to go onto Neft, forcing the flash out of Neft, and that's gonna be like the end of that situation. Wave has been like slowed a little bit, so that will be good for Julie Latina because Wave won't fully crash, and no Import can simply like go back to farming. So here we get the blue buff. Fengtus has respawned, so we're gonna skip the 4 camp because it's important to get the tempo on the map. And here we do find Killslow inside the pit. I'm not so sure what Killslow was doing inside the pit. We force the flash to dodge like the ultimate, and here we try to stay alive. Import is at 1 HP. It's gonna get like clean up, and here Franz finally like looking for something, getting a little bit off like the whole back. And we're gonna go for the full fight. We're gonna lose Manq here. The counter engage with the ultimate wasn't good enough, and overall Team UK, thanks to the rotation of Bone Root, managed to clean up everything. And so even with Import dying, it's still like a 1-for-3. It's a pretty good shot done on Import nonetheless, but that's also like gonna be second Fengtus. Moros on the other side is trying like to get a little bit of a tower back, but he's trying to get like find some breath of existence. And here in the end, Import finishing the Berserker Axe, working towards the augmentation now, and he's gonna like cover to defend this tier 1 tower because Bondred has gone for the reset. So immediately as soon as he's respawned, he's gonna be there, not gonna offer this 400 local gold to Moros because like they don't want Moros to start to be able to exist in that game, and so it's better to deny that than actually keep going for his own farm. So we got the chill buff here, no mini prime available, no Fengtus available, not really like towers to be very secureable because like he's so far away from dual lane. Mid lane is a little bit tough to actually push, so that's gonna be like farming time, I assume. And as we can see, we max Spear of the Near first, then the Barricade second, which is like kind of normal, like build order passing, nothing too surprising here. Of course, Barricade very good at clearing camps, so that's what we need in the jungle. And actually, like I said, once again, I said like it's probably like farming time, and for me it would have been farming time, but we can see Import skip 2 camp, skip 4 camp, go for the same jump over the explosive flower, and he's looking for the gank onto the dual lane. And here, he's gonna like find Manq, we get the Barricade, Seismic Assault is being used, and Manq is gonna be dead. And I guess like what like kind of surprised people, and since it doesn't go for his whole farm, like suddenly like enemy team don't expect him to be there because it just got red buff and suddenly he's in dual lane, and people are like, why is he in dual lane? And so here we see Import is looking at actually pressuring the tier 2 tower. What I said, it was like the tier 2 tower was too far away because he was like farming his right side jungle. Well, Import just told me like, hold my beer, you know nothing about jungle, I will teach you how you play the map. And he just like get red, 5 camp, skip everything else, and then like suddenly get a kill on the support and secure the tower for his team on the opposite side of the map. Then because he secured that, he able to actually like steal the red buff. He's gonna go on to Manq again. Manq like overstepping is welcome, and that's gonna be a kill. Here you can see Import going immediately here. That's such a good presence of mind, and that's gonna allow like maybe to secure like Neft as well. He's gonna end up dying because of the rotation of the crunch, but like look at that like reactivity from the side of Import. So we're fighting here. You can see like everyone would have stick to Manq, but as soon as Matthew get pushed up and we get the rewind, like here Import is like, okay, this guy is dead, I will leave it to my carry. No, the next target is Neft and G-Boy is gonna get rewind, so I have to go there and like kind of go on the aggression. Otherwise like G-Boy would have gotten like obliterated if Import wasn't there like applying pressure on Neft. And suddenly here we can like allow G-Boy to survive long enough that he can go for the black hole, which allow to get the secure onto like G-Boy. Unfortunately, it's not gonna be like good enough, but here we have Julie Latina and Ginzen, and in the end it's a 3-4-3. While they still secure a tower, they still secure Manq in before, and they still like invade and steal the red buff. So still a pretty good W on the side of Team UK. Thank you, Unlucky Magician 21 for the follow. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're enjoying your stay here. And thank you, Billy, also for the follow. Welcome, welcome. So now we're waiting for people to respawn. Of course, we have 2 Fangtus, so at some point we will be looking at the 3rd Fangtus. But here it's the mini prime that is up. So even if the whole blue side is up, we're gonna focus on looking towards this mini prime in case the enemy team on the side of France were actually trying to pull it. Here they do find like Killslow, so they're gonna like try to be aggressive on it. Killslow already bull rush up. Tether, we're gonna like try to chain CC. But Shield Slam has been used, so no need to chase him furthermore. On top of that, we don't know what was behind that fog wall in mid lane. So just take the W, you force like the ultimate out of Killslow, which means the contest on this mini prime is gonna be like non-existent, and that's gonna be like a free mini prime being secured by the side of Team UK. And so far they have secured every single objective of the match. We're gonna keep the tempo up because Fangtus is going to respawn pretty soon, and that's gonna be if they secure it on the side of UK, a triple Fangtus. Yeah, I used to love also Paragon, and I feel like Predecessor, in a sense, when it comes to like gameplay and speed of play, it's even like a better version of Paragon. Of course, we don't have like the same amount of content yet, but it's gonna get there, and so like I'm super stoked about that game, and like I enjoy being part of it so far. So here we're trying like to get the rotation to try to get the trade onto Neft. Unfortunately, it's not good enough, but now we got the rotation. We're gonna get like we're trying to get Manq also in that Coliseum. Unfortunately, it's not big enough, and so here we're gonna like try to look for the fight. Already Coliseum being expanded. We're focusing on Killslow, trying to get as much damage as we can. Gonna be a secure onto the steal, so and Neft also like get picked up by someone else somewhere else. I didn't see like where it happened, and so that's gonna be like a double kill. Here it was important to skip like all the farm to try to get Neft, because if they just lose someone for nobody, it's gonna be like make the Fangtus hard. If they trade 1-for-1, then the Fangtus is still like anyone's game. And here, because they win the fight better, and overall it's like also by Bondroot being there with the mini prime, it's gonna be like the 3rd Fangtus of the match. And so that's a perfect flawless game so far on objective on the side of UK. And a big portion of that is like Import is always like applying pressure either at the time of the objective or before the objective, and it's very very hard to play for Team France. This Zarus has been like absolutely everywhere in the early game, and yeah, it's just very flawless gameplay. Still ahead on farm of Killslow. Of course, it's like a Zarus against the steal, but also like from how like all the early game has gone. Here we're gonna go for the river buff. Gonna secure it. I wonder which river buff it was. Probably shield, right? No. Oh, it's attack speed. No, it's gray buff. Yeah, it's gray buff. So you secure a little gray buff. We have some inhibitor that has started to spawn into the jungle. Well, of course, it's a joke. It's just a mini map of the replay bug that... the replay mode that is bugged. The replay bug. Yeah, with like a lot of like those mini bug and stuff, like I kind of end up calling it the replay bug. Little like lapses here, but so here we do have the R prime being up. As a Zarus, like here in teamfight, like your job is mainly to be able like to contest that Belica and that rest in the backline. Or it can be like that you follow up on a good stun of your Decker to suddenly like explode the target. It's also your job is like to, you can also like follow up on the engage of the Quang. So like the Zarus job from Import, he has like a lot of things he can do in teamfight, but he has to be careful because he's quite squishy still. And so he has to always like not really be the main aggression point unless it afford like his team to be able to fully like go in because he create like a strong enough distraction. Here they're trying like to contest, but very well played by Ginzen and Nef, getting like a lot of damage. Penguin, but unfortunately like kill slow, get like a good shield slam, but the rest of the team is maybe not there. They're gonna try to fight. We do get the black hole. Kill slow still 1 HP, gonna survive. In the meantime, we also have the Coliseum being expanded into the middle of the fight, but that's gonna be like the end also of the Zarus. We do go for the rewind. Team France doing like their best for this fight. They're gonna secure also Bone Root, and in the end it's a 3-4-2 for Team France defending this all prime attempt, and very well played. So like I was saying, let's watch a little bit what Import has done in the team fight. I'm a bit curious about like how it has gone, because I said like I feel like this Zarus is like actually like very complicated to play in those team fight, because he has like so many different things he can be doing. Here they try to go on kill slow surviving like long enough to be in nuisance, and as you can see here we do have Import turning onto the rest, trying like to go onto the rest, but he doesn't have enough damage, so he's waiting for the Quang. Gonna go for the flash. Coliseum, they still like try to go onto Nefty, but Moros, he's there to peel, and in the end it wasn't like good enough. And so I feel like here on the side of Team UK, they took a little bit too much of a poke when they tried to counter engage, because like Ginzen and Nef like played that very well, that corner, poking them a lot. Then they saw they had an opportunity onto kill slow the steal of the Team France, but it wasn't enough to fully kill him, and so he allowed to survive like long enough that suddenly like everyone is a little bit too low on HP to be able to dive onto the backline target as they need to, and that's gonna be like the side of Team France winning that engagement 3-4-2, but it's not like, I feel like, I wonder if it's decisive enough for Team France to be able like to fully secure a comeback in that match. Because true, we're 17 at 15, which means that, and we also like in terms of CS not that far behind, but in terms of objective, we're like 5 objective down against triple Fanctus. So here they try to go in, finally Import arriving. So that's gonna be the disengage from Team France, and Team France actually like lost a lot of time trying to go for this R prime that they don't secure, and so now they are on full on disengage with Nef being like super low, and so that means that now UK is actually like free to pull that up because they don't have their res. Morse already took a lot of damage. Here we're gonna go like for the engage on them, but Team France playing well the dance of the R prime. And so here we do have like Team UK that took a lot of damage, and Import will be forced back to base. So Team France looking for like some good fights so far for themselves. Here we're gonna try to catch like Bone Root. Everyone is like chasing this Quang, but Quang, Tether, Surge, a lot of option to be able to just disengage, and Ginzen getting found out here, which is a little bit like dangerous. Bone Root is gonna take advantage to come back. Julie Latina 1 HP. Nef securing this kill. Nef using the surprise to get away, but Import do find him, and that's gonna be like Team France overstaying their welcome, getting stunned onto kill slow, and that's the tether. Probably like this still also like gonna be dead, and that's gonna be a 4-4-1 for the side of Team UK, which should like warrant like an objective. And as you can see, we're gonna secure River buff, and probably here the objective is not the R prime, is the Primal Fanctus that has been chosen by Import. The reason why is Primal Fanctus, when you have both objective up and you can secure one over the other, it's better to secure Primal Fanctus. The reason is because Primal Fanctus, if the enemy team cannot trade with the R prime, is like the better team fight objective. So if you have Primal Fangtus on 5 people, well, first, like usually it also like offer you like additional permanent buff, but here it's not gonna be the case. But with the Burning Blaze, that means that then to go for the R Prime, it's gonna be very easy, because the side of Team Friends doesn't have any sustain, and so you can simply like keep poking, keep winning the team fight, because Primordial Blaze, the buff you gain from like killing the Primal Fangtus, is just like too strong in team fight. While R Prime is very strong at sieging, like empowering your minion, and then actually like getting to the also like disengaging and keep the fight going. But is still like good for team fight because you have the 20% increased damage, but it's not like amazing at team fight. And so this is why Team UK decided to opt for the Primal Fangtus first, because now they can all group up around the R Prime. True, like no all Team Friends is up, but it's a 5v5 when your team is slightly ahead with triple Fangtus and a Primordial Blaze that will make like normally this fight very easy to play. Here you can see like just a simple little poke like that and the enemy tank takes 30% of his health. So here we're just looking at making like maybe a little trap. And here they're gonna like see that they have like full priority on that jungle. Penguin is going to be aggressive and zone like very like aggressively. Manku is trying to deal like as much damage as he can into Penguin, but here we're looking to disengage, try to find like the engage again. Team UK very scared to fully pull that R Prime, and Team France like taking advantage of that to never like really fully commit. Oh, Moros is out of position now. They do find like probably like the pick. We do have kill slow that is no force like to kind of maybe make something happen. But yeah, Moros completely out of position here. They do a lot of damage into Import, but Import is still alive, and now that's gonna be the counter engage by G-Boy with the Primal Blaze. Like here we have a lot of damage. Moros is gonna die. Julie Latina is still 1 HP. And unfortunately here, like a huge throw by Team France. They played the dance perfectly until Moros like decided to take a wave. And that wave is gonna cost like probably the whole game for Team France at that point, because Neft is gonna kill. It's a full team wipe, and they have like 20 seconds up. And yeah, the hashtag one more waves earned. Exactly. Very important to get that wave at 28 minutes in here. No, it's not. It just like cost the whole R Prime. Was Import even close to dying? Well, 92 HP. Not even close. So we're gonna get like the R Prime on 5 people. And we're actually like, I guess, working towards a Perforator. So a very like damage heavy build, like we're not very tanky, like the main job of like engaging and stuff is on the Quang. Because we want to be able to one-shot that rest in the backline or be able to follow up and deal a lot of damage, but we're not really like a front line per se. Definitely not with this build. So here we're not trying to push too fast because of course the team is not in a position that everyone is there, so you shouldn't risk it to be like too aggressive. So unfortunately they're on the wards, they don't really know, so they don't have the information. Now we're gonna secure more of the split pushing, so that's gonna be like a free tier 2 for them. Then they're gonna group up to get like the tier 2 tower on the left side, I guess. Still stealing also like the jungle in the meantime. And I guess they just want to secure Primal Fangtus. They're not looking... Here you can see like Bondrud has gone back to defend. And since they don't know if Moros is with them or not, Like Team UK just decided to disengage like cleanly, letting Bondroot start the split push, while they probably like look to go for the Primal Fangtus afterwards, while keeping like full vision and full control of like this side of the map with the 4 other people. We're maybe looking like for a trap. They see Killslow slow them, so that's not gonna happen here. And yeah, Team UK is really like looking to play for this Primal Fangtus. 5th Fangtus of the match. Now we're gonna like remove a little bit of vision now that we have everyone around. We do have Bondroot creating like a lot of pressure. G-Boy also like split pushing, but it's still like very like slippery because it's a Gideon. And you can see here Team UK apply a lot of pressure and suddenly like disengage towards like the Primal Fangtus, giving the impression that they're going for the Primal Fangtus, forcing Killslow to kind of go in, and he's gonna get the information that they're not on it, so that's gonna be like them for a go. But very nice orchestrated strat here by the side of Team UK. We get like the wonderful wombo combo with the tether plus the black hole, and that's a double kill immediately. And to be fair, like here, not really like a big mistake on the side of Team France. They're trying like to keep the aggression up, maybe trying to kill Real Latina, but Manchu get picked up immediately. We're gonna get like the chase here. Ginzen took a lot of damage. Bondroot is gonna be there looking for the tether. Meki Train being used, but a very nice stand by Penguin, and suddenly Team France losing 4 members. And in my opinion, this whole situation is not Team France making a mistake. It's just Team UK playing wonderfully the vision game and taking like a very like zero risk, a risk-free like attempt, because here if they on Primal Fangtus you kind of have to contest them, and so you kind of need to check at some point. But at the same time, like they still like Team France like check like very cautiously, but it's just like so well played. Like they step up, they force you like to go back with G-Boy pushing mid, they remove all your vision, and suddenly they disengage towards inside the pit, and they force like people like here you cannot see inside the pit, so you have to walk towards here before you can start seeing. And that's exactly what Killslow does, and then he tried to disengage immediately as he's know that it's not there, but Tether is there. Very good like wombo combo afterwards, and that's just like a free Primal Fangtus on 5 people. But this wombo combo, like we can see, it's not like just about the execution of the wombo combo. Like the previous full minute was to allow this wombo combo to exist, and that's why like wombo combo in a sense is great, but also like require a lot of setup, and that was like a magnificent display of what it can be.
Allied inhibitor is under attack.
So here we're just applying pressure, getting inhibitors. Why we don't go for R prime? Simply because it's not up. So we're gonna take advantage of that Primal Fangtus buff to try to apply like a little bit of pressure. As we have seen, we already secured like 2 inhibitors. And now with 2 inhibitors, it's really easy to secure the third one because you can enter into the base. And so the enemy team has to be very cautious, because if you're under an inhibitor at 34 minutes in, and team can arrive like from every single direction, it's a little bit too much. So here we're gonna like keep like applying pressure overall, try to pour maybe some minion wave under the core. It's gonna be like a little bit tough to be fair, but they have like to find like maybe the kill. We try to go for the engage. They do secure the kill on Ginzen immediately. Killslow also like is trying to make something happen onto Julie Latina, but it's gonna get picked up, and that's gonna be a 2-for-1 exchange so far. They're gonna try like to go in here with the black hole and try to get like some damage onto the core, but like they don't have the O prime, but it's not gonna be necessary. And Team UK, through like a very clean early game by Import, as we have seen every time he was somewhere on the map, he was keeping the right camps, he was going like for the right aggression overall, and then like they played the objective game perfectly as well. I think they got every single objective in that match, not leaving a single one for Team France. And then through the sheer strength of having like all those advantage on objective, it was enough to finish and secure the core of Team France. Team UK equalizing this grand final 1-1.